Hey, friend.
Hey, welcome to Grit and Glam, Keys to the Queendom, where we
Yes.
share unfiltered real estate tea, bold business gems, and grown women energy, straight from the heart of DMV. I'm Helaine Reaves, bringing you the grit with the flips, DIY finesse, and residential realness.
All right. And I am Quintaria Brunson, sometimes known as Madam CEO. And I am the glam behind this game, giving you commercial real estate, boss moves, business strategy, and all things classy, sassy, and savvy. And together, we are going to crack open the keys to the queendom because we build wealth. We live well, and God dog it, we just friends on a mission, and we figured it was about good and doggone time that we gave people a glimpse of how we work and how we and just how we live in how we live in the DMV. So without any further ado, I'm gonna get right in it, and I want to start with we friends for real, right? This is going to be an ongoing segment, but because this is our inaugural, is that right? This is our inaugural episode.
Yeah, I guess we could call it that.
Okay, because
popping our cherry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, not sorry.
honey. I had to hold on. Let me take a moment to think about that thing. Okay. But I want to make sure that we, like I said, this will definitely be a part of what we do. But I want to make sure that our audience knows, and for those who already know us and follow us in different places, Helaine and I are friends for real. Like we are those chicks that in the real estate industry here in the DMV area, and that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia, just in case there's a foreigner or, like some, is that politically correct?
Oh no, but outside of our turf, outside of the
thank you. Yes, we help
outside of the beltway. If you're
but just to keep it real, Helaine and I, we're the friends that when what's the Tyler Perry little meme? You see her, you see me. You see me, you see her. Like there are numerous times, and I'm sure Helaine can speak for herself as well, that I show up at an event and people, if she's not with me, people's like, where's Helaine? Like what,
Seriously.
It's almost a given that Helaine and Quintaria will be together because 9 times out of 10, we probably are. So this is just not two individuals that was like, hey, what, you bored? You want to do something? We legit are like, okay, let's peek a little bit into our lives and into the ebb and flow, the up and down, the good and bad of our lives, this real estate industry, business industry, and all of that. But while we're friends for real, I want to tell a little bit about how we met. That little firecracker on the other side of this screen, my friend Helaine, like she's like Scrappy Doo. From the moment we met in real estate class 10 years ago now, my gosh. Yeah. And we sat across from each other for a few days because it was one of those classes that goes like for weeks or whatever. We had to meet like 3 days a week for not 6 months, but 2 or 3 months at least.
It was a long time. It was exhaustion.
Yeah. But she was always coming with the real and the irony is, and you oftentimes see like on platforms like this, I seem to be cool, calm, collective. I'm speaking. I have a little a charisma behind me, but in many settings, I'm like, I don't know you. You don't know me.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've never seen so many people think that they're friends with somebody and they have no idea. So peripheral. Meanwhile, I'm the quiet one, but I'm chatty Cathy with, as long as we have a connection, I'll talk to you all day long.
and this is why it works. So I'm in class, I'm minding my business, but I'm noticing her because she would say what was on my mind a lot, and we're right across from each other. So I'm looking up, and and we have not parted ways since. It was like, like, okay, like I like her, like, all right, so but that is so funny, Helaine, because people often assume that I am, and I don't want to say I'm not friendly,
No,
like,
you're very friendly.
yeah.
But people mistake the friendliness for friendship.
Come on now.
Two very different things.
Yes,
Meanwhile,
there
I'm in
is
the
a
cut.
difference.
Yeah, I'll sit in the cut and I'm watching everybody. I'm figuring it out. I'm putting who's where, who's doing what. I've strategically positioned myself accordingly just to know I've got backup plans of conversations that'll never happen. And and I'm in the cut. I call her the sun. I'm the moon.
Yeah. And
Right.
but the difference is I will speak on stage to thousands and won't shake the hand of 10 people in a room I don't know. And at the end of an event, she will know everyone. Like, oh no, he has a dog and he's looking to adopt a cat. And I'm like, what in the, So when I say grit and glam, yin and yang, I don't know what concoction God was thinking, but when he put us together, like we got enough core to hold us together, but just enough differences that she's looking at the moon and I'm looking at the sun, pretty much.
That's the yin to my yang. That's what I always say.
Ta-da. Well, let's go into what will a rapid fire segment to show a little bit more about us. And this is like a off the cuff, like off the top of your head, like boom, ask a question and what's your response? You ready?
I love it. I'm here for it. Let's go. So, what is your go-to boss babe anthem, especially when you're walking into like some crazy, business meeting or something? You got to psych yourself up. What's your go-to?
Rihanna, B better have my money. Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, this is also business. This is a meeting, and when I'm lifting, it's Lil Wayne 90% of the time, and it's Pick the World Up. Next part is I'm gonna drop it on your head.
I love it. Okay, that's good. Would you rather
great.
date someone who hates real estate or someone who doesn't believe in therapy?
You know what? You can hate real estate all day long. I actually sometimes it gets exhausting having to go back through, especially in the dating pool. Tell me what you feel about what's the industry doing right now? What's the market doing? I'd rather you be open to therapy. I can talk you into real estate.
See, this is where the glam is going to show some, like, real estate kind of equates to money and status to me. So I'll take an unhealed individual.
I've done that too much. I've done it too much. I can talk you into real estate. I can't talk you into therapy.
Thank you. Well, you do have a point there, but rapid fire, love real estate, and we can make some moves there. Yeah.
I know that's right. Okay, so who would you trust more with your money? Your ex, your best friend, or your teenage child?
My best friend, for sure. How about you?
Same, without doubt.
Yeah.
She knows not to spend the money, accordingly. We got to be safe.
Thank you. Right. What's a business trend or buzzword you secretly hate but pretend to love it in meetings?
I would say the pivot. If I hear pivot one more time, it'll be too soon.
And I don't know if mine is necessarily a business trend, but I'm over, boundaries, boundaries, this, like, shut the hell up and stop being a wuss and jump on in here and handle stuff.
Honestly, I'm with you on that. I could never hear that word again.
And be okay.
I think it's a Gen X in me because I'm like, oh my God, everybody wants a label. Everybody wants, I'm
definitely over that word and a couple others. But when I heard that statement, it was like like I'm putting boundaries. Like, oh my pussy.
I know that's right. I can't. I'm with you. Everyone's sensitive, and I'm a sensitive person, but my God, anyways, that's another topic.
I know, right?
All right, I got one for you. Which do you believe in more? I think I already know this answer. Love at first sight or generational wealth at first property?
Hmm. Ugh. Now, this is a tricky one, and I know it's rapid fire, but love it for I love loving me at first sight. Now,
Oh,
for
okay. I
me,
was like, what?
it's levels to it, but I have had some people fall in love with me at first sight, and I believe them. I've seen what they do. The generational wealth with the first property, I think that's a stretch, but yeah, so love at first sight, I tend to have a spell that I cast on some. So I believe that.
Well, I mean, my heart believes it. You know what I'm gonna say. I'm a hopeful romantic. I'm always to my downfall sometimes.
All right, so love it.
I'm
Love
gonna
at
say
first
love at
sight
first sight,
wins.
but what I need to shift to, and what I'm learning at almost 50, is I should probably work on that property instead.
Thank you, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, right? Yeah.
That'll make me
I
smile
keep
more.
trying to give you my mojo.
I'm working on it.
They
I'm
can be
working
in
on
love
it.
with you. Yeah.
I've gotten a little bit better. I've gotten,
Okay,
I'm not as
anyway. You getting there. Don't worry. We're
gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
What's one non-negotiable rule in your household that your kids or your partners know your partner? Ooh, I gave you a plural, honey.
I mean, hey.
Your kids or your partner know not to test you on.
Without doubt, shoes in the house. They know as soon as you hit the threshold. I live in the city, right? So there's nothing when we walk everywhere. And I would say this even if I didn't, but there's something even worse by living in the city. Shoes, you cannot bring that outside into my domicile. That's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, I've got a couple things, but a non-negotiable, plastics. I'm a naturalist. So I don't use plastics or artificial things. So people know, like, I don't care if you got a 6-month-old, like, we're handing them a glass cup. Like,
I'm not mad at that either. Figure out how to hold it.
Thank you. Right. Thank you. Right. Yeah. And not a lot of, I mean, I do wood, metals, and glass, but don't play with me. Don't bring that Tupperware over
These
here.
Days, you can't. You got to protect yourself however which way you can.
Thank you. Okay. We got a couple more.
Right. Okay. Client meeting, right? Where let's set the stage. Heels or sneakers, and statement blazer or hoodie.
Heels and the blazer, baby. I don't even own. I think someone may have bought me a pair of sneakers, but okay. Heels all day. Now where you at on this? Thank you.
Well, okay. I have when it comes to business, I'm either in one of two things: a leather coat and jeans with some kind of like heel of sorts, usually, or leather pants and a jean jacket. I flip-flop it. Sometimes I get saucy with it. Or if I'm on site, then you'll see my boots or my sneakers come out. It depends on my personality at that moment that I wake up.
Honey, I will walk the raggediest property.
I know you will. It's
stilettos.
Let me tell you something. I forget where we were, but this woman showed up in like a chiffon. Oh, that's like when we went to Vegas. She shows up in a chiffon like gown in like stilettos, patent stilettos. And we went on site, and I ended up having to walk the site because I had boots on. My girl was like,
"Hey, look, yin yang. We're ready for whatever." Thank you. I could be going live negotiating the deal while you in a hoodie walking the property. That's right?
I'm with the fellas in the dirt.
What is your DMV guilty pleasure? Mumbo sauce, brunch, mimosas, or U Street nightlife?
Okay, so it used to be I would have said U Street nightlife. Now I'm too. I've retired that because it gets a little too wild for me.
You retired.
So I take that party and put it on over to a bottomless brunch. You can't go wrong with a
Yeah,
bottomless brunch in DC.
it's a brunch for me.
Yeah.
It's the brunch all day for me.
And I still want to drop it like it's hot. Don't get me wrong. It just won't be at U Street.
Yeah,
Or
and
on
mumbo
U Street.
sauce has never. What is that? Like, what does that contain?
Yeah,
It doesn't even sound tasty.
it's a little. You can only get it at certain places. And these days, Chocolate City isn't like Chocolate City.
No, I'm good.
Just saying. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the city, so would you run for mayor of your city? I already know this answer too, I think. Or stay behind the scenes, pulling the strings and collecting checks?
I'm running for mayor.
That's right.
Let me run it. Now, even now, there are some things that I do behind the scenes, but with all the committees and the boards I sit on, I definitely know the power of being at the table. And if I'm going to do it, y'all going to see me look good while I do it. So there it is. And then last but not least, what's one thing you used to believe about success or womanhood that you've outgrown, and what do you believe now instead?
Without doubt, independence. And I know this is not going to sit well with a lot of ladies, and especially this is definitely, I think, a generational thing. But I do believe that feminine independence or hyper independence is overrated.
Yeah,
I think that my mom, she shoved that, oh, be your own, be this, be that, and I am, and I'm good, but it does make it a little bit more challenging to sometimes allow people to help me. So could be much less independent.
Most well,
I'm working on that.
That's kind of that, like I'll go into a damsel in distress mode, no problem. But I was the only girl in my family, so I think I learned that skill set just by like ooh, if I cry, they'll come. Like if if I look frightened, they'll all run. I will say that for me, being in a man's pockets, I used to think that there's no way like I would pick up the tab for this or that. But as I am maturing and getting older, not that I mind,
she's like, hold on,
but I do realize what comes with it, and I don't know whether it's a change, like in the times or generation wise or whatever.
Right.
However, I will say that I used to believe like no questions asked, that like he buys everything, he picks up everything and all of that. And now I can honestly say I'm moving away from that. I'm not too far away, but I definitely am moving away. And I do see some importance in having your own, in having, in protecting your own, and having a nest egg and all of that, as opposed to being fully relying on your partner.
No, I agree with that. I mean, it's great to have somebody take care of you on some level, right? But don't get caught with your pants down. Don't get caught with your pants down, lady.
Thank you. It feels crappy when if you find yourself in a position where like you have to deal with certain things, or but anywho, it's bitter and sweet with everything. So yeah.
There's always something. There's always something.
I know, right? Moving right along. What do we have next? What's our next segment?
Okay, so next we're going to talk about like the diamonds in the rough in business, specifically for me in real estate, and just kind of get vulnerable and realistic with what trials and tribulations we go through in business, and some of the pitfalls and how to avoid them.
Come on, what you got?
So let's start with so I was project managing this this rehab for a client some years ago, and you can lead a horse to water, right? But you can't make them drink. And we had a massive budget busting situation to the point where she wanted to the investor wanted to hire people that they knew, contractors. I knew they were trash. Being honest, I walked the site. I could talk over them in 2 minutes, and I should never
Mm,
be I never want to be the smartest in the room. I
yeah,
never want to be the smartest in the room, especially in construction. And I was hands down the smartest in the room, and that was a problem. And then, oh, that's my dog. and, and then, long story short, it cost us an extra 4 months in construction time. We had to then rehire people, tear out drywall, electrical, duct work, and it ended up costing her an extra. She was trying to cut corners with less expensive contractors, and all it ended up doing was prolong the sale and then also break the budget. I think she was over a budget. I want to say it was like 22%. I mean, it was not light work. Now, thankfully, this was transitioning right into a peak of one of the markets. So I was able to do some quick thinking and some marketing and make it up in the sales
yeah.
price.
You
But she didn't
definitely
walk for the
are quick
profit.
on your feet with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, this is about tough situations. What do we do when your clients don't listen to you? when your clients are determined to do things and it's like, yo, trust me, this will
Yeah.
not work out in your favor. Like, how do you navigate that?
Well, I mean, listen, we're professionals, right? Do you question your doctor? I mean, you should get a second opinion, but you still you go to professionals for a certain reason. You go to an
Mhm.
architect because they're an architect. You go to a real estate professional like myself or like yourself because we have the history and in the background. Now, what I will say is you have to be able to have difficult and uncomfortable conversations. And if you
Yeah.
can't do that, then that will be the end of your business as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Not to be so dramatic, but really you have to, that's part of being an entrepreneur. That's part of being a professional. And you have to have these conversations that you're not going to want to have. And sometimes your clients are going to get really irked with you and maybe you'll lose one, but guess what? They weren't yours to keep if they can't stick around
Oh,
with your
honey,
information.
I swear by that philosophy.
Mhm.
It's called courageous conversations, like leaning into courageous conversations.
Mm.
But even before it goes that far, and not that you have to do everything I say. Like I'm always
Right.
open for strategy. Heck, that's who I am. Like let's mastermind. Let's But if it is evident that you are not taking my expertise, you are really moving to the beat of your own drum, especially if it risks my licenses or or my like I'm
That part.
to say, like, I can refer you to someone, like I am okay with moving on. And a lot of that just came from building the confidence to know and to understand who was swiping their credit cards with me. And I say this from a real estate space, but even with my strategy firm for years, like the people that I was most connected to, I'm hosting events for them and they're supporting me online and all of that. But when I looked at the data on who was swiping the checks, like it wasn't them. And I shifted my business to cater to the people who were swiping their credit cards and writing checks. So, hey, again, I agree. Like, have your own mind, have your own thoughts. No, even an expert doesn't know it all. But if you are doing your own thing and you think you're going to tell me what to do and what time to be there and all of that, God bless any individual in this industry or any industry that can function that way, because it is not
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
No. I'll give you a
It is not
couple.
me.
I'll give you a couple, but at some point we're gonna have a come to Jesus conversation.
Yeah.
And we're coming together or not.
Yeah. No, no,
Have
no.
at it.
In any trends or anything you see happening that could be related to or quasi related to what's happening in the market?
So listen, there's a lot happening in the market. Let me say this. There's a lot of noise in the market.
Mm.
That's what I will say. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of concern because especially in the DMV, right? We have a huge amount of government employees. We all know that there's being hacks left and right. Of course, it's
Yeah.
going to have an effect on unemployment and benefits and all sorts of things. With that said, the market's moving quick. I don't care what anybody says. Now, there might be some small little nuances or certain specifics, especially like in the city, certain condos, certain stuff like that. But in terms of like movement, I'm at multiples, and I haven't stopped multiple offers, especially in the suburbs. So my thing is this: get in where you fit in. Don't worry about the noise. Make sure you've got a great lender who can move around all the chaos, and make sure you've got a professional like Quintaria or I, where we can help you navigate the market. Because good, bad, or ugly, people need houses.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I agree. I agree. I think that even from a business and commercial real estate aspect, say what you want. This is a huge opportunity. People can yell, scream, kick, and it is definitely unfortunate about so many people losing their jobs, and just with some of the changes that are being made, it's a lot happening at one time. So good, bad, or indifferent on it, anytime it's a whole lot of change, it just breeds an environment, an atmosphere of panic. But I trust me when I say the individuals who know how to manage their anxiety, that knows how to take a step back, scale the, survey and see what's happening and position yourself to solve one of the problems. It's a whole lot of problems that are breaking out right now. That is what business is. That's what real estate is, solving problems for people. So I definitely want to encourage people, like, if you do your best not to get caught up in the sauce, don't get caught up in the headlines and all of that. Pay attention. Like I said, take a step back, survey, look at what's happening, and see what problems can I solve. And at the end of this, when the dust settles, you will be wealthier because of it.
You can't be emotional. I mean, you have got to check your emotions at the door, at the business door. Let's say that. And it doesn't mean that you don't have those moments, but you really have to control the emotions. Otherwise, it's like an untamed lion. It's just gone. Untamed lion.
When was the last time you seen an untamed lion? What lion is tamed?
In my head, they're cute and fuzzy, and I just want to snuggle them. But
see, and this is when I gotta pull Miss Grit back. Like, we're no baby kitten lions.
So or fluffy. If it's fluffy, it should be friendly. No.
Okay, all righty. That's what she said.
I know that's right.
It's fluffy.
And we all know how that goes.
Thank you. Right. Right. Okay, so let's continue this conversation. I want to move on to Velvet Gloves Iron Will, and this is addressing questions that we've gotten from people who follow us, past clients. And the first question I want to pose to you is, should I buy in this market or wait? And you kind of answered that, but yeah, should I buy in this market or should I wait?
Listen, this is what I'm going to say. I think people should always buy real estate. Can you buy in this market is a different story. Are you set up in this current market to be able to qualify for lending? Did you just lose your job? Because if you did, we might have to pause. Do we have so I think that there's a lot of nuances and there's a lot of variables, but I'm always going to say, be it a parking spot or a penthouse, buy your property when you can. As soon as you turn 18, buy.
Okay. Bye, baby. But who was that? Was that the Backstreet Boys? Bye.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, but the short answer.
I'm like, yeah, who was that? Who said that?
Well, I'm gonna throw one back at you because a lot of questions. How do I make a pivot? There's that word. How do I make a pivot if I just got laid off?
I spoke to this on another platform that I'm on, and I sincerely mean this. I think that getting laid off at this time could be an opportunity for you to generate wealth like none other. And I know that, people like, well, you're an entrepreneur, and I got some other suggestions or whatever, but we don't take advantage of the tax code. The average American citizen doesn't. If you're laid off, especially a lot of these government employees that are getting laid off or whatever, now more than ever, you can self-direct your retirement funds. You can, you can start a consulting firm or things of that nature. So I will definitely start with number one, review your skills and your passion. And not to get all spiritual or whatever, because we can go to look, we friends for real, and we definitely can go there as well too. But I said this. I had a client that I ran or supported with campaigning for her. She was running for Congress in the last cycle. And we were talking yesterday, and I was like, God, when milk and honey is flowing, when people are eating good, living good, their check is coming in, twice a month, like their bills are paid, the credit card is fairly decent, it's got enough on it that you can put a vacation on it. We get lazy. We get mentally lazy. We get comfortable. But when things start shaking up, when, now you hear more people talking about growing their own food, more people talking about arming themselves, more people, we're having conversations now that we should have had a decade ago and took it seriously. So I'll say this, pivot, reposition yourself or however, but see this as a blessing too, see it as a blessing. And I get it. It may feel unfortunate, but it could really be an opportunity for you to position yourself to go on the path that you've always wanted, to take control of your money, your finances, and other aspects of your life, your well-being and your livelihood. The wealth gap is widening. And I've said it before, Helaine, that I've talked to you about this on one-on-one. If people do not figure out how to leverage and grow their wealth this year in 2025, I believe within the next year or two, the division, the separation between the haves and the have-nots, that cave that I'm picturing like the Grand Canyon. I feel like that difference is going to be so broad that it's going to be a generation or two before someone in your family will have a chance to figure out how to, build the bridge, lay the groundwork or whatever. So this is the time to assess what product, service, gift, skills, or whatever you have, even if you're looking for another job, be strategic about it. Know what you want, how you, negotiate well, but make sure that you really take this, this layoff or losing your job as a blessing. That I definitely say, how do you make the most of it? You see it as a blessing. You see it as a clean slate to position yourself to where you want to be. And you can decide how am I, my family, my friends, or whoever, be it going off the grid, be it going, like I said, creating a product or something like that. But I think that you could really take this to win.
There's always a window that opens when that door closes. You just got to wait and find that window. Sometimes it's a crack. Sometimes you're like, I felt a little breeze here.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is waiting for you to pry that sucker open.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you have any suggestions or any feedback before we close out today's conversation? Any good information, bad information? You want to slap somebody on the wrist, or pat somebody on the back,
Well, listen, I'm always here for a hand up. You know,
Mm,
I'm a huge proponent of that in business and personal everywhere. But all I can say is, again, like, just to kind of piggyback on what your point was, it's chaos right now, right? We can either step into the eye of the storm and freak out, or we can kind of buckle in, you know, barrel, kind of tighten things up and find out what your options are. And sometimes when you lose your job, or that career job that you thought you love so much, you forgot about all those nights that you're complaining how much you couldn't stand that job.
thank
And you
you.
just need another opportunity to say, you know what? I actually had this idea. Today's day and age, we have so much technology and availability. You can have other streams of income coming in to kind of protect yourself. And maybe that's the push that you need, or the
Yeah.
kick out the door. Sometimes you got to get kicked out the plane to pull your parachute.
And what, as you were talking, I just thought about our egos too. I think sometimes, like people, people have this ego of themselves, this image of themselves that they feel that they have to keep up, or the facade that they have to keep up for other individuals. I hope that this market, this current climate that we're in, allows you not to give a flip what anybody else thinks of you. So if you got to set up a lemonade stand in front of your house to make ends meet, if to figure it out or whatever, do that. Like I said, I think that if we get back to what we dreamed about, like what we wanted to be when we grew up as kids and things of that nature, so many people are nowhere. Like you're living and you're making money in areas that you're not even really happy in. So I definitely say, just a word of encouragement to know that use this opportunity to position yourself, that the next time a hit comes, you will never be knocked down in the way that you were this time. Like you won't be caught off guard. If you were, because I definitely feel like it was some writing on the wall, but with or without my opinion in that, position
Tagged
yourself.
everywhere.
So, thank you. Right. Position yourself to where it's like, yeah, you got me this time, but you won't get me again. You won't get my children. You won't get my children's children's children. Like, yeah. So,
Yep.
yeah. Well,
Be
with that,
better today than you were yesterday.
I know
Start with you.
exactly. Well, we're going to close out
Love
with
it.
the Queen's Decree. And it says, when the world shifts, you don't shrink, you strategize. This queendom doesn't build itself, baby. So stay ready, stay rooted, and stay real. From Helaine and Quintaria, Grit and Glam. I want to say you all have a great rest of the day. Enjoy yourselves. I hope this has blessed your lives in some way, or if nothing else, gave you some laughable moments as you start to peek behind the scenes of this dynamic duo that you see
Yeah, that's
moving
right.
around DMV.
Wonder Twins.
I know, right? Oh, I love it.
Well, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you, friend, and I look forward to more conversations.
All right, we'll see y'all in the Queendom later on.